This opinion might actually get me canceled. A lot of black hairstylists don't know how to do black hair. They don't know how to do 4C hair. They don't know how to brush it. They don't know how to moisturize it. They don't know how to blow dry it. They don't know how to style it. The only way they can style it is if they silk press it. The reason they're pushing silk presses is because the only hair they know how to do is straight hair. They don't know how to do black hair. Next time you see a hairstylist page, check out their services. Do they offer flexi rods? Do they offer a perm rod set? Do they do flat twists? Do they do any type of braid or twist that doesn't require straight hair extensions? For a lot of black hairstylists, the answer is no.
I like that. I like that she was bold enough to say that. And I was like, when I ran across that video, I was like, wait a minute. And I'm like, I beg to differ. I think that what happened, and you guys can go ahead and chime in as well, but I think that what happened is that there was a time, especially 2020, where natural hairstylist was the in thing. People were, they had the YouTube videos, they had, you had these, what do you call those people? The influencers that were like really, what happened? That were really pushing the natural hair movement. And they were like, you saw the flexi rods. I know for sure because I was even watching those because they had some really good ones. You saw we had influencers that was doing the different techniques. But I do want to make the key word I said, you saw a lot of influencers. However, I do know that there were a lot of hairstylists that did do natural hair, but she does make a key point. Um, a lot of natural hairstylists came into the game saying, hey, we do natural hair, but natural hair for them is braiding down the hair and sewing a wig, either putting a wig on, a lace front wig, or sewing, doing sew-ins and so on and so forth, or braiding the hair. That's what they really consider natural hair because really a lot of clients want that. But I'm kind of playing the devil's advocate, but she was actually right. A lot of hairstylists don't know how to do natural hair, really. They know how to press the hair, they know how to burn the mess out of your hair. But a lot of them, especially if they are not licensed cosmetologists, right? They don't know because they don't understand they don't understand the anatomy of your hair. They don't understand the textures. They don't understand what product that you can put on certain textures. They don't understand hair care because a lot of them did not have hair care. They the state boards across the US, they changed laws and they allowed natural hair to come on the scene because it was a lot of hairstylists that were calling themselves natural hairstylists, and they were doing the work. You had the locks going on, you had the braiding going on, you had the sister locks, you had all these things, you had the two-strand twist, you had women who had beautiful fluffy gorgeous hair that were rocking it. Some of us was forced into wearing natural hair, whether it had something to do with just having a baby and you were experiencing postpartum, or you had traction alopecia, and your doctor recommended that you had to go into that. A lot of us was forced into the whole natural hair movement, so it became a big money maker. Our industry became a big money maker. When you start seeing big corporations that invest, you know that it becomes something big. But the problem is you had a lot of different takes on, you had what he had, the thing where they didn't wash their hair, co-washing. I thought that was disgusting. I'm like, you're not washing your hair, you're gonna co-wash, keep putting the conditioner. I didn't understand that whole thing. So there were so many different things that was going on that, to be honest, she's right. A lot of natural hairstylists, they knew how to design hair. And it's so weird because Don and I was just doing a video. If you guys go to Beauty Pioneers, we came on tonight from 7 p.m., right? And we were talking about, we probably need to do a video. I don't know when that's going to happen. The difference between a hair designer, that's someone that's not licensed, a hair designer where they can slay hair. You know how we like, oh, she slayed hair, where you can see the different techniques and the styles that they may do, right? But they don't understand hair care. They don't understand the chemistry of hair. They don't understand. They cannot um they can't analyze your scalp and see if there's inflammation. They can't. You know, a lot of them don't. I just saw the video when they were talking about the I think it's 717 Studio Girl. And they were like, you could look at her hair and tell all she needed was a treatment. The client is a big issue about this hairstylist that did terrible delivery on to a client, and she put it on live. But the client had 15 years where she did not trim her ends, and she also was using color, which has a lot of metal in it. So her hair was really, really damaged, and you can see the split ends. You can see the rays of the strands of the hair. You can see the rays in it. So it had a lot going on. And although the hairstylist was right in what she was stating, her delivery was bad. But one of the things that I noticed, that no one made a comment about the fact that the client had not cut her hair, trimmed her ends in 20 years. But everyone was in the comment section stating her hair looked healthy. She just wanted to cut her hair. She's scissor happy. I'm like, her hair did not look healthy. But you wouldn't know that with your eyes because you're not a licensed cosmetologist. You didn't go to school to understand what to look for. And a lot of natural hairstylists, they call themselves natural hairstylists because they could do quick weaves, they could do different things like that, or they could braid hair. So that's what they were calling themselves. But they really were not doing the twist, the two-strand twist. They did not know how to take care of the hair. They did not know how to moisture the hair. They did not understand the different textures of hair. And so that young lady is right. But to play the devil's advocate, I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it alone. A lot of clients want that glamour look. They want that dramatic look. They were like, I'm natural. If you hear clients not thinking they're natural, but they never wear their natural hair, they swear they're natural. I'm like, you're not natural. You don't wear your hair. But there is a community, a big community of women like that beautiful young lady. Her hair looked gorgeous and healthy, right? That they love natural hair. And they have Issa Rae really did. I used to watch Insecure just to see how her hairstylist was going to style her hair because I thought it was beautiful, right? And so, although she's right, a lot of the clients, even though they were saying they were natural hair, a lot of reasons why the natural hairstylists don't know how to do that because that's what's not in demand, right? And so they didn't feel compelled to understand and learn about their own hair. They don't even learn. A lot of hairstylists don't even know their own hair. That's just a simple fact. I'm not making an excuse for it. You still hold them accountable. But if you were licensed cosmetologist, you would understand and you would know that you would know how to do that hair. You would know what to do to that hair. You would know what kind of moisturizing would need to be done in the hair. You would be able to analyze the scalp. You would be able to do those things because you're a licensed cosmetologist. And it's not about a trend that comes out. It's not about a wave of natural hairstylists. It's not about any of that. It is simply when you're a licensed cosmetologist, we have some trichologists in us. We have to study those different things. So we have the education. And that is why that young lady is correct. A lot of hairstylists, designers, hair designers, aesthetics, braiders are aesthetics, hair designers are aesthetics, weaves are aesthetics. When you get into the chemistry of hair, when you start talking about hair loss and different things, now you're dealing with the cosmetology of things. And you're right, they don't know. And unfortunately, a lot of states gave people the green flag or the way they waved the white flag, and the natural hair industry went crazy, and a lot of people lost not just their business because it was based on something and all they did was flat iron. Not just that, but a lot of clients lost their hair because of the lack of education. So that young lady is correct. And guys, you can chime in too and tell me what you think about the whole so-called black hairstylists know how to do hairstyles. If you have a hairstylist, give her a shout out and tell us about how she makes your hair beautiful. If you have natural hair and you rock your natural hair, you're not wearing weaves or anything, tell us about that. And you, if you're a woman that just love rocking your own natural hair and you just learn how to do it yourself, tell us about that as well. All right. I pray that this video helps you. If you are experiencing hair loss, if you are like turning over a new leaf and you're like, Lee, Coach Lee, I want to start taking care of my hair. I want to learn my hair. I want to be educated about my hair. I have children. I want to take care of their hair too. If that is you, if you are experiencing hair loss, if that is you, whatever the case may be, go ahead and click the link at the bottom and you can see the different package deals that I offer to you. And you start off with a consultation and we can pick the package deal for you so you can go ahead and restore your natural hair or restore the beauty of your hair and start learning to love yourself. All right. I pray this video helps you. And guess what, you guys? I will see you next video. Bye.